The shadow. It's close now.
Of August, 1839. The nightmares woke me in the early morning, and for a moment I forgot where I was. Shortly after, there was a knock on my door. Alexander had heard my screams and asked me to join him in the parlor. As we drank our tea, Alexander began to tell me what he knew. It seems like the orb I found casts a long and dark shadow. It's not only a powerful item, but a dangerous one. Simply by touching it, you invoke the powers within, and if you are too weak to control it, it will devour you. The shadow is a sluggish thing, lagging behind the wielder, killing anyone or anything in its path to reclaim the orb. I said I didn't care about its powers, and that I should throw it away. Alexander advised against this, as I'd still be a part of the path to the orb, and eventually suffer death. Having the orb, I would at least have the chance to fight back when the time came. I asked Alexander what he meant when he said he could protect me, and he answered that things can be done, but at a price.
Fuck you.
So you used the drain sewers as a means of transport?
Yes, they were built to divert water from an underground spring and are quite spacious. It seemed only natural to incorporate it into the overall structure.
But we won't be using it.
Not today. The flow is seasonal, and when the spring runs dry, the damp tunnels produce a rather poisonous type of fungi. There is an antidote, of course, but we won't be bothering with it today. Come, this way instead. We're almost there.
An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
There we are. Hey Ben, how are you? Fuck it. Yeah, that will hold it. All right. So down, up, up, down.
Daniel, is that you?
All right. Nothing really important to see here. All right, the pipes. Yo, Ben, what's new with you? What's been new with you, man? There's two. It's been a few months since I played GTA 5. Nice, man. There we are. Damn it! Right, oh yeah. Because there's nothing else for me to do in that. I feel you. It's a... Oh, okay. Now I get it. You completed GTA 5, man. That's what's up. Are you ready for GTA 6 to come out next year? I am.
You're conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mill.
Exactly.
Ow. I heard about it, but I don't have any game consoles for it. No biggie. When I get it, you can watch me play it. Enjoy the experience with me.
August 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic.
Cousin named Brian,
I'm not
and
surprised.
he used to play
Even while
GTA
traveling
6
across
on
Europe,
Xbox.
I assumed I would have
Oh,
to
nice.
embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to tempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure.
But he doesn't have it anymore?
He showed me several rooms fitted for specific
that was still
research,
cool.
such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Alright, I'm going crazy. I need to put a light on. Kobe.
August 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this. August 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded.
What?
The shadow. It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor, to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help! 3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone enter this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep nightmare. If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
The strange things among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seems that the drain sewer, which has been opened up for use as a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi. The victims seem to have suffered an extremely quick outbreak of sickness affecting the entire body. Some of my men, including myself, are blissfully spared by this calamity, but it is clear that this cripples my progress. The prisoners die quickly in a contaminated village. I should immediately start working on the vaccine. The vaccine enabling my men to work in the fungi-ridden sewer is a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few of the servants have been remedied as the procedure proved difficult. The others will perish. Eventually, I will have to create more of them to keep my experiments running. Note that an injection of vaccinated blood will work as a shield long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It will do fine for prisoner transport. I fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow and will not be able to pass the gate. Will he be able to accept this in the end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I have to do unto him what Agrippa did unto me.
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, don't take me! Nobody ever return!
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
I agree. Over here. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Hey, you're good. Go, 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 go! Not gonna open.
August 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Agrippa. I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living? Help me. Who's the switch? Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Who might you be? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion? Then? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander? Oh my, so Babylon shall follow you, say. You are a Alexander is toothless without an all. Yes. That's not very promising. Oh, the second is basically impenetrable, but I guess why not? It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my own, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken oil and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak matter, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there. Daniel, I hate to bother you further, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Heim, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion, a tonic to free me from this husk of mine.
I know this. I've been here already. I know this taste. A taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze. They may sweep the traces from my memory, but my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. They will be back.
to the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Your intuition is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
August 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
All at once, I must once again start over. Ever since I recovered the orb first found by Agrippa, I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm made me much impetuous. Fearing a paucity of prisoners, I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. I've tried everything but have yet to mend a thing. Unless I can think of a way to piece it together, I'll have to find another. There is still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some of its power for some other purpose. Centuries have passed in vain, and I begin to wonder if I will be able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life?
sent me that letter asking for help, and this is how you repay me? How dare you! Get her back! These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment. The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
What lever? Oh, that one. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look around. Maybe the other room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it. Me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. That was once quite important. Baron Alexander sustained my soul to the dead house for years. Who knows my name? Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient.
Have you heard of Nui 896? I have not.
By me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really fine. None other than Johann Heim.
Find a way!
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Dad, good to see you. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Is the name of his channel on YouTube. I'll check it out sometime later.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me, Open! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
Ah, that's what they were doing to him. Sewing him upside down. That's nice. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flowing from his belly. The cell between his legs has lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Wow. And they were doing this to him. Alright, across the way. Ah, what did you do to him in here? Ah, they hung her by her hands and put a weight on her feet, completely stretching her. That's nice. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way of the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated the next step. So they pretty much gone snapped her spine.
vessel is ready.
Good.
You're a man. How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why wouldn't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
No, please. Do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. Do anything.
They made him sit on this pyramid here. Alright, where's this orb? The arsonist kept crying as he slowly lowered on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. And finally, we are going upstairs. People being crucified. Strain. It is you, my love, I miss the most. Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountain top. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from the strand. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking a victim, this should not be a problem. But it will also hinder the effect I'm after. The right steps to take are therefore to restrain while the victim is still dazed, preceded by presenting the form of torture you're about to apply, and then continue the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient. It will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it while applying pain. Make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses. If possible, with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink, then try again later. There's still 3 more torture rooms to go to. Well, this is some kind of torture. Was there an orb in here? No. Well then.
Daddy, good to see you. You seem to have found all the orb pieces used in the transfer. Go to the choir and find the rest.
In court, the Order of the Black Eagles spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place. Willfully forgotten, once in a while someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one. In the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order, I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they will grow too old and pass away. While I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. Wire touched me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show you such lack of compassion and instead of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is, and has been for centuries, my only link to the worlds beyond. Wire claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him. Agrippa first, so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Wire told me to feed him a tonic from a paralyzer, vitae and tempter. The poisonous fungi shall work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract the contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual for any agonized victim human's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly Remember to correct this during the next torture session. Templar, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in the world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the what dwelling Carrick. I will have to address Wire with this, as he will have to supply me with the host and also properly prepared what should suffice to contain it. After the men secured the prisoner, the ritual began.
August 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Take the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Take the man, cut the lines, take the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain. Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes. No, don't kill her.
I think I'm gonna stop it here.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
Alright. End it right here. See you guys in the next one.